Fairy tales kingdom.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom hidden beyond misty hills, there lived a princess named Seraphina. She was the most beautiful princess the kingdom had ever known, but she was also terribly lazy. Seraphina spent her days lounging on velvet cushions, nibbling on candied fruits, and gazing at the clouds. One sunny afternoon, as Seraphina lay napping in the royal gardens, the ground began to tremble beneath her.
Ugh, what now?
But it was no parade. A giant shadow loomed over the garden walls. A dinosaur, enormous, green, and gentle-eyed, lumbered into the palace grounds.
Hello there, little one.
Another boring parade? Can you come back later?
He had traveled far across ancient valleys, seeking someone brave and full of life. Instead, he had found the laziest human he had ever seen.
Busy, you say? It looks more like you're growing roots in that chair.
Excuse me, but being a princess is hard work. There are decisions to be made later. Maybe.
The dinosaur gave a great rumbling laugh that shook the roses from their stems.
Come now, princess. Let's go on an adventure. The world is wide, wild, and wonderful.
Adventure sounds like a lot of walking and sweating and dirt. No, thank you.
Then at least ride while I walk. You can nap if you must.
Before Seraphina could argue, the dinosaur started moving. At first, she protested and grumbled. But as they crossed sparkling rivers and rolled through flowered meadows, a strange thing happened. Seraphina sat up. She looked around. She smiled.
I never knew the world was this beautiful.
Much better than staring at ceilings, eh?
Seraphina giggled, a real bright giggle. They explored hidden waterfalls, raced the wind across golden fields, and even slid down hills, laughing like children. For the first time in a long while, she felt alive. When they returned to the palace at sunset, Seraphina's hair was tangled, her dress was torn, and her cheeks were glowing pink with joy.
That was the best nap I never had.
You see, little princess, sometimes the greatest rest comes after a grand adventure.
From that day on, Seraphina was still a little lazy. But now she saved her lounging for after a day of riding dinosaurs, chasing sunsets, and living stories of her own. And the dinosaur? He visited often, each time thundering into the gardens, ready to whisk the lazy princess into another day of wonder.
In the royal palace of Snoozeria, Princess Seraphina was doing what she did, best avoiding anything that resembled productivity.
Why rush breakfast when lunch is only 2 naps away?
She waved her wand lazily, levitating a pancake directly into her mouth while lounging in a beanbag throne. Just then, a scroll burst into glitter and smacked her on the forehead.
Ow, that scroll was aggressive, rude. Seraphina of Snoozeria, you are hereby summoned to the Cave of Reflection. A magic mirror awaits you with personalized chaos. Personalized what now?
With great reluctance and her royal slippers on, Seraphina trudged through the whispering woods, complaining to every mushroom she passed.
Can't I just reflect on myself from the couch? Seems much safer.
A grumpy squirrel threw an acorn at her in response. In a hidden glade, the mirror of mayhem stood tall. It shimmered with silver and sarcasm. Literally words scrolled across it. Good luck, Sparkles.
Wow. A magical object with attitude. Great.
She stepped closer. The mirror glowed, then sucked her in like a vacuum. Seraphina landed face first in a bizarre carnival world. Balloons giggled. Cotton candy trees danced. A sign flashed. Level 1. The Maze of Minor Inconveniences.
What kind of enchanted chaos is this? Why is everything sticky?
She navigated confusing hallways of slightly misaligned rugs, endless locked doors that needed just one more key, and talking mirrors that roasted her fashion sense.
Those slippers? Bold. Wrong, but bold.
I didn't come here to be judged by reflective sarcasm.
To progress, she had to defeat the breakfast beast, a giant floating omelette with arms.
Why is my worst nightmare alive? I loved brunch.
She battled bravely using her wand and a flying fork. At the heart of the realm stood the real mirror of mayhem. It reflected Seraphina, surrounded by mess, laziness, and also laughter, effort, and unexpected heroism.
So, I'm kind of awesome and chaotic? I can live with that.
The mirror glowed and ejected her gently back into the real world onto a beanbag. Naturally, back in Snoozaria, Seraphina began mixing magic with mild motivation. She started organizing pillow forts for the village kids and invented a Royal Nap Olympics.
Turns out, I'm not lazy. I'm creatively efficient.
And so, Princess Seraphina proved that sometimes the mirror doesn't just reflect who you are, but who you could be. With snacks,